So, you know, our recovery process will be from May to September, which doesn't leave much time. But now, as I mentioned the other day, what we have in substitutes, we've got some teachers in here, you know, if we can just get everybody to come to work, it would certainly help, because we have a sizable amount of money to spend on substitutes. Light bills, you know, just get the light bills within over. Clay and I was looking at that thing a few minutes ago. There's some things that we can just do housekeeping measures to help ourselves out. I'm not going to cure 451, but if we have a little bit, it's going to help. And we talked the other day about our stimulus money and what we were doing with those. This is our list of stimulus money that we received this year. Again, we indicated that this is a 2-year phase with the exception of this right here. This is all going to be used in fiscal year 09-010. Allocation will be about the same as that as 010-011. But these have to all be budgeted this year, but we're encouraged to split these over 2 years. There's one, there's preschool, that's all going to be used this first year. But everything else is going to be split between the 2 years. Well, now, with the actions you made the other day, we've got you a revised sheet in your folder. Just got all the teachers. There's one vacancy in this list that I gave you. So you can now go back and pencil in the vacancy that was filled this morning. Other than that, this will be our current version of the teacher units. And you can also see that the .25 that you added the other day is listed on the far right hand side of those. So those and that created 137,121 savings this year over our 2-year period, which we've got an assumption to make that it's going to be over a 2-year period. Number one, if we're not in school improvement, then we might be able to do this next year. But we were able to do it this year because of that. But if something happens, we have a school that's in improvement, then we won't be able to use that money for next year. So it may not be. A potential is for $274,000 worth of savings. We did get 137 this year, but we may or may not be able to utilize that money like that next year. On the IDEA Part B, we will be able to use that money both this year and next year. Past that, then we've got to pick up $326,000 back in our foundation program, local monies of some sort at the end of this second year. Okay. And now we can see on the sheet that I've given you, we've gone from 5.32, we saved the 1.75, and we're down now to 3.57 at a minimum. This is what a minimum salary with fringe benefits teacher costs the system. Minimum cost is $52,480. This is what we're paying out of OCD or general fund, whichever one you want to call it. But right now we've got them set up in foundation, so it's coming out of OCD. And if we looked at what we had last year, we had 2.96. So last year it cost us $155,000. This is the P1A, and you've got a handout that's got the P1 that goes from 1A to 1E, I believe, or E or F. And it lists all the revenue sources that we get. Not going to go over every one of them. A couple of them I'll point out. You know, we've talked about our bond issue money, and we've still got 1.438 in our bond issue money that we haven't done anything with yet, but you know, we got to use on that. Ron, if you go over to the next one, let's go one more. We talked about the 4180. That's a rural schools allocation that was not included on the last budget here. We've now included in it. Go back one time, Ron. That Title 1 allocation is currently 920,092. It's going to change. So we've got to, we'll have to revise that once the allocation comes down on that.
You think it's going to increase or decrease?
No, I don't mind an increase. Okay, go on, Ron. Okay, our stimulus, I just showed you those, but here, those are listed on that. Okay, go on to the next one. revenues, part of those are matching in the foundation match, and if you look on the handout on page 2, and you did get a copy of that. We got a copy of the allocation sheet in it this time. It indicates what the match is, and what we have to do this year for match. On the foundation program, we had to match $3,682,410, and for capital purchase, we matched $319,664. So out of all of our local money, we have to participate in the foundation program, we have to come up with $4,002,074. Caroline? Okay, let's go one more. And you see on that, it comes back to our ending balances that we showed a second ago on our very first slide. These, as I said a second ago, it doesn't look too bad. If you look at special revenues, it looks like we got a lot of money we can work in with that, but that majority of that is local schools. CMP makes up a portion of that, and I didn't actually point that out a second ago. Out of this ending balance, CMP is 290, the rest of that is local schools. So that's a lot of money out there, but it's not anything that the board has any access to. So that's where we are right now. And as I said, with proration, hopefully if there is going to be proration, the governor will make an announcement as to the percentage, so we can go ahead and make some plans to start, and also have access to those capital outlay funds. Without a minimum of 3%, we won't be able to flex, but numbers that's been thrown around, and I haven't heard any changes from those numbers in the last week and a half. We've heard 6, 8 to 9. I hadn't heard anything over 9.5. I heard a 9.5. So, we'll just have to deal with those as time comes. When the proration is done, we'll be submitting this budget as it is. The adjustment will be made in our budget amendment number 1. Budget amendment number 1 will be done sometime probably in the January timeframe. It generally takes them to December to get the financial statement checked, so we won't be able to do anything on it until sometime around that. The only other option that we've had in the past at one time is then to turn around and prior to do another one, send it in, but we've got to get this in by September 15th with real numbers before October 1st. I don't look for that time, because I think it's probably be after October before he makes any declaration. He's probably not going to do it until he has to, and then we'll go with it from that. Any questions? Okay.
Action item number 12. School budget. Budget hearing. Yeah, we just heard what he had to say. Now we got to approve it. That's not good. Let's have the recommendation.
I recommend that the board approve the 2009-2010 Washington County Board of Education budget.
You have the recommendation, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Move Pete makes the motion. Is there a second? Ms. Klein is second. All in favor will be known by way of show of hands. Action item number 13, executive session. Mr. Savage, your recommendation.
I recommend the board enter into the executive session to discuss the good name and character of the board employee.
You heard the recommendation, do I have a motion? Mr. B makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. B second. Discussion.